So, so let's have a little chat, shall we? Let's have a little occult chat in the early morning, honey. I didn't have my breakfast. I only eat fruit in the morning for breakfast. I had a plum, drink me some water, and that satisfies me. I don't do sausage and bacon and all that. Well, I do turkey sausage sometimes, but that's very rare. I don't really eat breakfast foods or anything like that. I eat fruit in the morning. I'm trying to be a little healthier nowadays. So anyway, I've never really been a big breakfast person. I've always liked something light in the morning, like yogurt or fruit, or maybe some porridge. I know porridge to other people is something different. Porridge to me is like grits or oatmeal or something like that. But let's have a little chat. Well, I see some people are angry um in response to my last video about the sexualization rituals of society that goes on. And that's okay. They can be mad. Be mad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it when I make a motherfucker mad. And 9 times out of 10, it's probably men that are getting mad. It's probably other men that are getting mad. And if I make you motherfuckers mad, I know I'm doing something right. Goody. Goody, goody. Good, good. Yes, 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 yes. Anyway, I want to cut up this morning. I want to cut up this morning. I really do. I'm trying to. I want to cut up badly, but I'm gonna try to keep my composure. But when I saw that because I had like 23 thumbs, up on that video, right? I come back, I got 18 of them because five or six people must have thumbs them down or whatever the case may be. And I want to tell you, you can take your thumbs and you can shove them up your motherfucking ass and then stick it in your fucking mouth because this fag don't give a fuck. Okay? I don't give a fuck. Because if there's something that somebody says in their video, I'm not going to thumbs it down. I'm not going to thumbs it up. But the fact that you're giving it energy, it just means that, and I've always said this, if you allow other people's perspectives or points of view to rattle you to the point that you have to thumbs it down like that's going to do something, then knock your motherfucking self out. I don't give a fuck what a nigga or bitch say on motherfucking YouTube. If I don't like what they say, I just don't watch the shit. Simple as that. I don't watch it. But black men or whoever it is, they or people, it may not be, it may be women, whoever the fuck you are, you got to come and thumb shit down. You got to come and thumbs it down like that's going to do anything. That's not going to stop me from talking. That's not going to stop me from talking. You might not like this video either. Anyway, let's have a chat. I just wanted to put that out there. Fuck your thumbs down. Stick it up your motherfucking ass and then stick it in your motherfucking mouth. Whoever the fuck you are. All of you. I don't give a fuck. Because that's not going to stop me from fucking talking. The fuckers are thumbs down. The fuck about that shit. YouTube needs to remove that altogether. Not for my sake, but for their sake. For those people's sake, so they won't have nothing to do but thumbs it up. Because either way, you're giving me energy. And energy is energy to me. And I take that as good energy too, because you took the time out to listen to what the fuck I had to say, and it made you mad, then maybe it made you mad. And one thing that we do know about black men don't like the truth. Black people don't like the truth. They don't like hearing anything that is a element of truth. So what do? They thumbs it down. They thumbs it down. That's their coping mechanism. Oh, I don't like what this person says, so let me go and thumbs it down. That's gonna make a difference. It makes no motherfucking difference because I don't get paid from this motherfucking shit anyway. So it don't make me no fucking difference whether you thumbs it up or thumbs it down. Just make sure you put your thumb in your mouth afterwards, okay? Okay. Now, on to better things. It's a whole lot of shit going on in the world, from train derailments, people kirking out and acting crazy, people getting divorced. What's really going on? People are having breakups and breakdowns, myself included. Myself included. Me and my friend are not on the best terms anymore, and I think we're going to go our separate ways. I would not be an honest person if I didn't talk about my own personal shit that's going on. We just can't get along. And we can't get along because he is not a person like a lot of black men. He cannot accept responsibility for how he has ruined our friendship with the words that come out of his mouth. And you're not going to sit up in my motherfucking house and say things to me and talk shit to me and think that I'm going to be okay with that. You got the wrong motherfucking fag, honey. And the only and let me say this. Let me say this too. A lot of people call the police for their protection. You know what I'm saying? If I call the police on a person, it's not for my protection, because I ain't scared of shit. It's usually because I need the police to be here so I won't harm, or worse, or worse, the person who's talking shit to me. Because at the end of the fucking day, words carry energy. And if I feel like you're attacking my spirit and trying to put me down, and we're supposed to be friends, people are going to have misunderstandings. People are going to have misunderstandings. People are going to disagree. But the thing with black men that I find with black men, they always take things to another level. If I'm friends with someone, there are certain things that are not going to come out of my mouth, even if I am angry with you. I'm not going to throw things back in your face that you've confided in me. I'm not going to attack your weaknesses, because we all have some weak points about us, myself included. I'm not going to do things like that. But black men do things like that. I want to say black people do shit like that in general. But since I'm dealing with black men, I'm going to say black men, they do shit like that. Especially as good as I have been to this rotten motherfucker that's living with me. This motherfucker is 55 motherfucking years old, and he don't even have a fucking savings account. Let's talk motherfucking honesty. How the fuck do you get to be 55, 56 years old and you don't even have $1,000 in the bank, allegedly? Yeah, we're going to talk truth. We're going to talk truth and facts. He's always talking about, you're a grown ass man. We grown ass men. We shouldn't be arguing. No, motherfucker. If you're doing shady motherfucking shit, we going to argue. They argue in Congress. They argue in court. If you are presenting yourself to be shady towards me and you're living in my fucking house, I have every motherfucking right. I have every motherfucking right to call you out on that motherfucking shit. If you, let's take, it ain't got to be two men. If a nigga is living with another woman and you're doing shady motherfucking shit and you and that woman are supposed to have an understanding, and you're doing shady fucking shit that will make her give you the side eye, She has every motherfucking right to call you out and to question you. But see, a lot of times, see, because I'm a man and because I've almost whooped this nigga's motherfucking ass before, and he knows better than to raise his motherfucking hand at me, because one time he said some shit to me and I choked his motherfucking ass out. So he watches his words now with me, because you're not gonna sit in my, ain't no grown man gonna sit in my fucking house and talk no shit to me. Oh, no, 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 no. That is a dangerous combination. A lot of times, this is why women ultimately get, let me rephrase this because I don't want this to come out the wrong way. A lot of times when women are trying to get understanding from why a man is acting the way that he does, a lot of times they will try to put their hands on women and intimidate women. But he don't do that shit to me because he knows motherfucking better. But a lot of times when women are trying to get clarity as to why a man is acting the way that he is, it enrages him and then he wants to put his hands on the motherfucking woman. That's probably why a lot of times women just let a lot of shit go because they know how volatile these motherfucking niggas are. Now, I used to really like Peter Thomas from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. But now there are allegations that he is facing criminal charges because he choked a woman out at his club. Now, I don't know the details. I don't know what happened. But what's being said is that he choked out a female customer in his restaurant. And you know something interesting? He seems like that type of person. I remember an episode of The Housewives of Atlanta where all of the men were trying to jump on Kenya. And her friend Brandon, who's gay, he was trying to defend Kenya, and all of those bitch ass niggas jumped on him. Peter, Christopher Williams, the singer, and Apollo. They all tried to jump Brandon because Brandon was trying to defend Kenya against Christopher Williams. Because we all know Christopher Williams has a problem with putting his hands on women, so they say. I know they said it was Wesley Snipes that beat on Halle Berry, but Christopher Williams obviously got some shit with him. He's a Leo. I'm dealing with the Leo too, so I know their pathology. Leo men are cowards. They will roar, 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 but then they will run like the cowardly motherfucking lion. They put up a good roar, but then they will run and hide like the cowardly lion. So I remember I said, well, damn, if he would jump somebody, because when you jump people, that's some punk shit. That's punk shit when you jump on one person, whether it be physically or whether it be, verbally or psychologically, when 10 people are trying to gang up on one motherfucking person. Because my family has done that to me. See, I have tough skin. I have tough skin. I'm a sensitive person, but I have tough skin. And that's what I told this motherfucker that stays with me. I said, listen, you ain't saying nothing to me that I don't, that I ain't heard before. You ain't saying shit that I ain't never heard before. But when I really break down and analyze his behavior is indicative of black men in general. I was trying to have a conversation with him yesterday. And when black men know, let me tell you something, when black men know that you're right about something, they totally shut down. Or maybe I shouldn't make it about black men. Let's just say men or people in general. When people know that you are right about something, they will shut down and they don't have anything to say. I was expressing to him how I felt about the friendship, how I felt like it was uneven, how I was more of a friend to him than he was to me. And you know what I got? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what I got. Listen to this. Did you hear me say anything? That's basically what I got to him when I finally got to him and was able to reach him. He wouldn't look at me. He was just silent because he knows what I'm saying is true. It ain't got nothing to do with no money. It ain't got nothing to do with getting no dick. It's about how you treat a person and how you make a person feel. He is so motivated by when I used to live with people, I would leave. If I left, I would give them money and I would furnish their apartment. But wait a minute. You said when you left. So you live with people, then you leave and give them money, and then you furnish their apartment, then you go on to someone else. What type of motherfucking shit is that? I don't want your money. I don't want you buying me. I can buy my own furniture. I don't need that. What I want, see, the thing about people is people always throwing up dollar signs and talking about money. Because when you have a poverty mindset, even money is not valuable to you. Money cannot bring you value if you have a poverty mindset. And he has a poverty mindset because he's always chasing money. Talking about, I got to chase money. See, I don't chase money. Money just comes to me easily. I don't have to chase money. Money comes to me easily, no problem. I can do a motherfucking ritual, not even thinking about no money. Next thing I know, I'm getting a phone call or you got a check for $2,500 waiting for you. That literally happened to me. And I'm not bragging. So I don't have to chase money. And what's so stupid is that he also was going to get a check for $2,500. He also was going to get one. On the fact that he's with me. But he fucked that up now. Because he said to me, I don't trust that you would give me the money so you could take my name off of that thing. I said, okay, I'll take your name off of it then. And that's exactly what I did. This man has called me two-faced. He said that people on the East Coast are two-faced because he's from California. He said that people on the East Coast are two-faced. No, people. Let me break down the spirit or the spirituality of the coastlines. Okay, the West Coast is. He's from California, San Francisco. The West Coast is blinded by the love and the light. They can't see because they're blinded by the love and the light. The light, the light. That's all they know. The light, the light, the light. They're blinded by the light. And that prevents them from seeing the dark truth. East Coast is dark truth. East Coast is real. Middle America is the balancing ground. That's the heart. That's the bridge that brings us all together. So when I say Middle America, I'm talking about Kansas, because Kansas is really the heart, they say. That's like Middle America. Kansas is a very Kansas is a very pivotal part in America. That's why you get very strong, personalities that come out of Kansas. That is why the Wizard of Oz was circled, or it was surrounding the energy of Kansas, because the middle point is the bridge that gaps us, or is the bridge that pulls us all together. The middle point. So Middle America is the bridge that connects us all. But the East Coast, we're the dark truth. The West Coast is blinded by light and illusions. That's why so much shit goes on out there in California and in that fucking industry and all those fucking industries because of where they're positioned at within those energies. The West Coast is blinded by light and love, but they don't see the darker truth that's ahead of them that's going to get them to a place of a higher spiritual dimension. And I know I'm talking a little bit above some people's spiritual pay grade, but you just follow me. He's from California. I'm from the East Coast. California dudes, they want people to be blinded by the shady way in which they move. They don't want us to acknowledge it. And you can't pull that shit. You can't pull that love and light shit on Middle America or East Coast because we're going to peep your motherfucking game and we're going to peep how you fucking moving. We're going to peep it. That's why a lot of people go out to the West Coast and they get fucked up. That's what happened to Tupac. Had he kept his ass on the East Coast, he probably would still be alive. But he got blinded by the love and the light, the light, the light. See, I'm not blinded by that. Because the real love and light is in you and the self-love that you should have for yourself and walking away from toxic, malignant fucking people. This California nigga that I live with, he's mad at me because I can see through him. So when you can see through a person, they're going to start attacking you personally. They're going to start attacking you emotionally and spiritually because they're trying to get the scent. They're trying to get you off of their trail because they don't want you to really know what they're up to. They don't want you to really know what they're doing. And you can't pull them type of games on Middle America and East Coast motherfucking people because we know. We peep the fucking game and we're too real. I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, and she said to me, one of my I'll say a spiritual coworker, she said to me, she said, the East Coast is too real. It's too real. And that's why he can't take it. Because I'm the type of person, if I have a problem with you, and see, that's another issue with black men. Let's have a conversation. And I'm going to put black men in this. That's another issue with black men. I've noticed. When black men have a problem with someone, they lie about it. They will sit up in your house. They will eat your food. They will laugh and grin in your face, all the while having an issue with you or having an issue about you. And they won't say shit about it. Okay? They will laugh and grin in your face and act like nothing is wrong. But see, by me being a spirited person and having an anointing and having the spirit of discernment, I know when something ain't right. I know when something is going on. I know when a person got a fucking issue and they not saying nothing about it. Black men, you're not that motherfucking clever to hide your emotions. You're not clever. I'm not even that clever. Because when something is bothering me, I cannot hide that. I'm not that type of person. If I have an issue with someone, I'm going to go to that person. But because black people are so immature, especially black men, are so immature emotionally, you can't even have conversations with them. Because they'll fly off the handle and start acting feral and crazy. So, because I don't want to go to jail for unliving someone. Let me say that. Or unaliving someone. Because I don't want to go to jail for doing that. A lot of times, I don't even confront niggas because I know if I confront them, somebody gonna either go to jail or somebody gonna either go to hell. And I'm not going to either places. You get my drift? So it won't be me. It won't be me. Black men will sit up in your face and they will tell you everything is okay. And I know black women can attest to this. They will tell you everything is okay. And all the while, they'll be fucking somebody else behind your back. They're staying out late, not coming home the entire weekend, and expecting you to believe that they're babysitting for somebody. Right? Or tell you, oh, I'm over my cousin's house. Or I'm over my play nephew's house. My play nephew, Tony. You fucking him now? Is that what it is? You know? Because you know you got to watch out for them type 2 ladies. You know, they tell you they with these other men and they're supposed to be straight, but they really fucking those men. They're having sexual relations with those men. But they're telling you that's my play nephew. They're telling you, oh, that's my play brother. Oh, that person's like family to me, but you fucking them, right? They're like family to you, but you're fucking them. You running around sucking other men's dicks, taking dildos up your motherfucking ass and God knows what else. But when someone asks you, or your woman asks you, or is inquiring, is everything all right? And you still got that nigga's dick on your fucking breath. And then you come home and you pretend like you're the motherfucking a dutiful, a loyal husband. Or you come home with the motherfucking attitude. Like that nigga in that movie, which I thought was it was a horrifying movie, but it was necessary. That movie, what's the name of it? It was a Tyler Perry movie, but it was horrifying with Thandie Newton, Felicia Rashad, Whoopi Goldberg, for colored girls. Remember Janet Jackson's husband was fucking other men, coming in the house with a fucking attitude all the time? And whenever she questioned him about it, he would get an attitude. Then come to find out, she had HIV because he was out here fucking all these different nasty ass fucking men, and he brought her back HIV. And I don't give a fuck who gets mad about what the fuck I'm saying, and I'm a gay person saying it. You supposed to live in your fucking truth, not being deceptive and deceiving people and pulling people into orbits that they don't want to be in. Let's talk about it. These niggas can sit up in your fucking face and use that glamour fucking magic. Black men are good at glamour. They're good at that. They're very good at glamour. But the thing that always gives them niggas away is their motherfucking attitude. That is what always gives them away. Their attitude. See, by me being a man, if I'm not getting what I need from the person I'm supposed to be with, and by this being my motherfucking house, I'm gonna get me some motherfucking dick from somebody that I actually like. And while he was at work last week, don't think I didn't have me a young man in here in his 30s giving me some motherfucking dick and dicking me down, honey. Oh, yes, I motherfucking did. 2 motherfucking snaps, bitch. Yes, I did. because I'm that motherfucking nigga and that motherfucking bitch, and I can do that. If you want to play this motherfucking game, you got the right motherfucking person now. See, this is what I call reversal motherfucking magic. If you want to play this motherfucking game with me, nigga, we can play it. And I'm not ashamed or embarrassed to say any of this shit. There's nothing to be ashamed or embarrassed about in taking your power and your energy back. And sometimes you gotta go to the extremes. And when he goes out to training class today, I'm gonna bring another motherfucking nigga in here. If I want to, this is my house. And since I'm not getting what I need from you, I'm gonna get it from someone else. I'm gonna get it from someone else. But the difference between myself and him, I will tell him that I'm fucking somebody else. I'll say it to his face. Since you want to take my kindness for weakness, I'm just not going to be kind, period. See, I had to learn a long time ago how to deal with these motherfucking niggas. And of course, I always use protection. You know, I ain't stupid. You know, I had to learn how to deal with them, and I had to understand their pathologies and understand what I'm dealing with. So this motherfucker said that I'm two-faced and backstabbing. That's what he told me because I removed him from my lease. And he's going to have to leave pretty soon. And I removed him from my lease because I'm no longer going to allow this motherfucker to talk to me any type of way in my motherfucking house. You're not going to do that to me. When your broke motherfucking ass didn't have enough money to get your car fixed, who did you have to come to for the money? You came to me. And you still ain't paid me all my motherfucking money back yet. How the fuck you driving a fucking stick and you can barely afford to put gas in it and you 55 motherfucking years old? You talk all of this shit about all of the women that you used to date and how all of them got homes and all of them are by themselves and they ain't got nobody. All they got is a dog and a cat. But I tell you one motherfucking thing. I bet you 9 times out of 10, all of those women would rather be with a dog and a cat than to be with you. They would rather be living with a dog and a cat than to live with a toxic, malignant person like you. This motherfucker sat in my fucking face and told me nothing was wrong. But something is wrong. And you know what it is, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to tell you what's wrong, why he really has an issue with me. He has an issue with me because he knows I'm better than him. He knows I'm better than him. I am stable. I have my own place. And this motherfucker had the, let me tell you this, let me just show you how crazy black men are. Let me show you how crazy they are. He had the nerve. Now I'll let this motherfucker come and live with me, right? He had the nerve to say to me that I am jealous. Now listen to this crazy shit. That I am jealous because he has people in his life that love and care about him. As if I didn't love and care about him. But he said that when we were in the interim of that argument, he said that I am jealous because he has people inside of his life. I'm sorry, that's in his life, excuse me, that love and care about him. Well, if they loved and cared about you so much, why didn't you go to them for the money for your car. The bottom line is this nigga was just using me. He took my kindness for granted. He was using me. He was using me. That's the bottom line. He was using me. And he's mad because now I can see it. But I'm jealous because you have these, it's always these phantom other people that these niggas got. I can go here, I can go there, but you never go to them places. You never go to them places. You and I had an agreement and we had an arrangement. We had an arrangement and we had an agreement that you were going to do X, Y, and Z. And you violated that arrangement and you violated that agreement. Now, I'm not saying that I'm an easy person to live with. I'm not saying that I am. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect because I'm not. When I had to choke that motherfucker up, the reason I had to choke him up is because he's living in my fucking house, eating my fucking food, drinking my motherfucking Kool-Aid. And then when we get into an argument, he wants to hit below the belt. It's one thing to have a disagreement. But when you start hitting people below the belt that are helping you, how much more do you think that person gonna take? Especially another man. That motherfucker said some shit to me that I'm not gonna repeat, but I choked his motherfucking ass up a couple of months ago. Then one time, when we were arguing, I beat the motherfucking shit out of him in here. Almost. And knocked his ass down. Because when we're arguing, don't try to hug me. And don't try to force yourself to hug me. And when he did that, I punched him in the face. I scratched his motherfucking face up. And I threw him across the fucking couch. Now, did I want to do that? Of course not. Because I'm not a violent person. But when you back me into a motherfucking corner with your hands or your words, you're going to wish that you were never born. And the only reason I had some restraint is because I do have some love for that dude. But I love me more. I love me more than I love him. I am not going to be in a toxic friendship, relationship, whatever you want to call it. Because I've always been on my motherfucking own. I've always been on my own. And as a result of this recent incident that we had, because he did something shady and I questioned him about it. And let me be clear, he ain't stealing from me or nothing like that because, he's still alive and I'm able to make videos. So he's still alive. So he ain't stole nothing from me. The only thing he stole from me is energy and time. And I'm the type of person, when I'm done with the ex, I'm done with them. There is no friendship. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want you calling to check on me. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't want to be friends with you anymore. And he has a rude motherfucking awakening because one day he gonna come in this motherfucking place and all of the furniture is gonna be gone. And I would have been moved into my mansion by then. I'm putting that into the universe. He ain't gonna know where I'm at. He can try to stalk me if he wants. It won't work. I'm gonna be gone. And then that night that we got into it a couple of nights ago, he went outside. He wanted to get some air. And then come calling me back to he was having chest pains. I know you were having chest pains. Isn't it interesting? I mean, the accusations this man was hurling at me. He made homophobic slurs. He said homophobic slurs towards me. Talking about we in here arguing like two gay men. To me, that's homophobic. But I thought you and I had an intimate relationship, but now you want to pretend like you ain't gay. Now you want to pretend like you're straight now, right? After you done had dildos shoved all up in your fucking ass, right? So he said he wanted to go outside for some air, then come calling me back. I'm having chest pains. I said, oh, well, you having chest pains, huh? Now, isn't it interesting? Out of all of the things he said to me and how much he hurt me, I wasn't the one with chest pains. I was fine. I was just fucking mad and hurt. But you know why you had chest pains? See, he doesn't know why he had those chest pains, child. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. You know, all of you motherfuckers are always attacking witches and warlocks and wizards, talking about, oh, they're. No, 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 no. We don't bother no motherfucking body unless you bother us. I am not the type of person that tries to manipulate people because I want something from them. I wanted him here with me because I loved him. I wanted him here with me because I wanted to cook him good food. I wanted to see him happy, forsaking my own happiness. But you have people making videos talking about, oh, witches and wizards and warlocks are evil and this and that. And this motherfucker was raised Jehovah's Witness, right? He's always talking about thanking God and all that bullshit, right? That God that's up there, not the God that's within him, but the God that's up there. He's always praising that's outside of him. But that God ain't working for you because you coming against me and you the one that got chest pains, not me. I just had a complete motherfucking physical. Ultrasounds of my abdomen and every motherfucking thing. I had a complete motherfucking physical. And you know what my doctor called and told me? He said to me, you have a remarkable, how can I put it? You have a remarkable circulatory system, basically. They checked my kidneys, pancreas, gallbladder, liver, spleen. What else came in that? And what do they call it? The aorta in your stomach. There's an aortic valve in your stomach or something like that. And I might not be explaining it correctly, but it's some type of aorta valve in your stomach that's connected to a main vein or main artery that gives your legs and feet the oxygen and the blood flow that it's supposed to have. He said that everything looked remarkable. That's wealth. That's prosperity. Your health. And I went to the doctor not because I had any issues, but I get physicals every year just to make sure that everything is okay. There was nothing wrong with me. I wasn't having any issues. It's just that that's what you do when you reach a certain, age. I don't like it, but shit, I did it. But he's having chest pains, right? After we argued the other day, he was having chest pains. You know why he was having chest pains? Because he's coming up against someone that has a lot of spiritual protection around them, aka me. And you know how Christians are always, how they always say that cliche, won't he do it? Talking about God, won't he do it? Well, I was working with La Santissima Mamuete, the Holy Mother of Death, the Holy Spirit. And see, it's very unwise to leave your hair and your tissue with blood on it from your face when you were shaving. That is very unwise to leave that around somebody like me. And then try to throw out spell work on me. And then you wonder why your chest is hurting and not mine. So like the Christians say, won't he do it? Let me say this about La Santa Sima Moete. Won't she do it? Won't she do it? Won't she come down like a thief in the motherfucking night and snatch your fucking enemies? And not only that, he said some other shit to me that I'm not going to repeat. Now one of his friends is sick from diabetes. Now one of his friends are sick, or is sick, excuse me, from diabetes. Somebody that he really likes. You see how that works? You see how that works? Won't she do it? Shout out to La Santa Si Mama Muerte. Won't she do it? Won't she do it? This dumb motherfucker get up every day and thank a God that ain't really helping him. I'm his motherfucking God. Because I'm the one that's really helping you. I was the one helping your bitch motherfucking ass. You old motherfucking nigga. That's why I don't like older black men. And I will never fuck with them again. I don't fuck with them niggas. That's why I don't like them. Yeah, I said it. I don't like them. They got a lot of shit with them. Won't she do it? Won't she do it? Yes, she will. That energy will, and I've been working with that energy for a long time, and she will deliver when it's justice being served. And his chest hurting, that was justice. He shut the fuck up. When he came back in this motherfucking house, he been meek and mild ever motherfucking since. And I know I'm telling y'all all my business because I want people to know not to let these type of things happen to them. Because see, I was a fool. I was a fool. I was a fool. Because I thought something, forget it. It's not, I was a fool. I was a fool. And I've been knowing this person for like 13 years, but we never lived together. You know? But I had to tell my truth. I had to tell my truth about what's going on in my life. Because what's going on in my life, when I look at the world, it seems like everyone is having breakdowns and breakthroughs and all types of shit that's happening in social media, in the entertainment world. Drew Zadora and her husband Ralph are divorcing. But it didn't really take a rocket scientist to figure that out. That was going to happen is what I'm saying. It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that was going to happen. I knew that was coming down the pipeline eventually. Because I don't care what anyone says, Ralph is another man to me that seems like he's on the DL playing both sides. And see, one thing about men on the DL, they talk very grimy about women. They're very jealous. If women want to know the type of men that are involved in homosexuality that are really jealous of them, usually it's those DL men. They are very, very jealous of women, especially black women, because they don't have the things that you all have. They don't have the homes. They don't have the cars. They don't have the money. They don't have the success. They don't have the education. And one of the reasons that a lot of black men do not have those things is because number one, they don't apply themselves. Number one. Number two, they are not spiritually in tune to receive it. I did work for a client not that long ago. And he started seeing results that same day. See, I don't really get into the work that I do. I think that's private between me and my client or me and my friend or whatever the case may be. Shit, he doing better than I'm doing. But that's okay. That's okay. Because I believe what you put out is what you're going to get back. Everything is not about chasing money. Because if you ain't got no legs, you can't run or walk. If you ain't got no eyes, you can't see. If you ain't got no hands or no arms, you can't touch. If you can't open your mouth, you can't fucking taste. So while people like my soon-to-be ex-friend, I'm not going to say he's going to be my ex-friend. Well, he is going to be my ex-friend. He is going to be. When people like him are always talking about chasing money and trying to get to the money, but the money don't seem to want you, that's because you have a poverty perverted spirit and you have a perverse mentality when it comes to dealing with money. That is why money is so elusive to him. That is why money does not come to him easily. Money comes to me easily without any effort because money likes me. Money don't like him. And he's had more money than I've had, but money don't like him. I know y'all don't understand that concept. He's had more money, past tense, but the money don't like him because he can't keep it. And then when God sends you helpers and people to help you along the way, let's just say God for the sake of argument, when God sends you helpers like witches and wizards and people that are trying to help you along the way, you motherfucking niggas turn on us. And then when we turn on you and have to throw energy at you or curse you, then that's when these stories get promoted and the propaganda begins. Oh, they're evil. They're evil witches. They're evil wizards. No, 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 no. Tell them what you did. Tell them what you did. Let me give you a prime example of what I'm talking about. There was an episode of Charmed. This was the episode, I believe that it was the last episode where Shannon Doherty was playing Prue. I think it was the final season for season 2 or 3. I don't remember. And this crazy woman come busting up in their house talking about, oh, I'm a witch like you all. And they were like, bitch, we don't know you. And Prue used her powers and told her to get out her house. So after she did that, this woman her name is Alice. Alice goes and gets a gun and she shoots Piper because she said they were evil witches. Why were they evil? They weren't evil witches. You busting up in their personal space, anybody would react the same way. So no, witches and wizards are not evil, but we respond to shit accordingly. And I'm responding to this accordingly because I don't have chest pains. I don't have heart problems. I don't have circulatory problems. I don't have those problems and issues. I don't have any autoimmune diseases. But usually the people that are talking all that tough money shit or that G money bullshit, or however y'all say it, you know what I'm talking about. When you talking all that bullshit, it be those people that got the most problems medically. I had to go to the hospital with this motherfucker, this same nigga. I had to go to the emergency room with him a couple of weeks back because his motherfucking elbow was swelling up. And he didn't know what it was, and I didn't know what that shit was either. I went to the emergency room with him, being a friend, trying to be a supportive person, with him. Or to him. But you want to talk shit to me, right? Black men don't like to listen. And they betray people that are really, really for them. But this nigga can go out in these motherfucking streets with these niggas who ain't no motherfucking good. He runs these streets with these motherfucking niggas who don't mean him no good. But then you come back in the house with an attitude with me for no reason. I speak to you, you barely want to speak. Now, he's speaking now, he's being more sociable now because he's been called out once again. And he's probably hoping that I put him back on my lease, but nah, I'm not doing it. You gotta go. We're not friends anymore. I'm only tolerating you until you can get your own place. And I don't want any more beefing in my house. My bank account looks good. My bank account looks good. And I wouldn't care if it's only $100 in my bank account. It looks good. Now, of course, I have a lot more than that, but I'm just saying, I wouldn't care if I had $50 in my bank account. If that's all I had to work with, I'm going to thank the universe for that. Because I can breathe, I can talk, I can fuck, I can eat, I can walk, and I can always change my circumstances. Always. Because if you don't have life, money ain't worth it. But these niggas, they always betray people, and they always cause people that really love them, they always cause us to go to extreme measures to check they motherfucking ass. They always do. So no, witches and wizards, we're not evil. Some of us are not evil. Some of us can be evil. I can be an evil motherfucking witch or wizard, whatever you want to call me. I can be that. And then some. You ever seen that movie Drag Me to Hell? Remember that lady, Miss Ganesh? That old lady that was in the bank? That's me. That's me. That's me. You don't bite the hand that fucking feeds you. No, motherfucker, the God you should be thanking is me. That's the God you should be thanking. The God you should have been thanking are the women that helped you and put up with your motherfucking shit too. That's the God you should have been thanking. The world is a mess. It's a mess. But I am a survivor. I am a survivor. And yeah, it hurts because I'm gonna miss having somebody here with me because I had never really experienced that before. I'm gonna miss having somebody here with me, but I'll get over it. I'll get over it. And it's really unfortunate and sad that this had to come to this because I really liked him. And I still do like him. I really liked him. And I was able to accept him for who he was and who he is. But the problem is, he can't accept me for who I am because he's hiding. He's hiding. I'm not. I'm not hiding. And then a lot of black men wonder why their lives end up the way that it does. They wonder why they end up alone, nobody coming to visit them when they get old. I used to work in a nursing home, and majority of the people that had visitors were the women. Men, not so much. They would lie up in those beds and they would wither away and they would die alone and suffering and afraid. And that's because they spent their, we'll give them a pass in their 20s, but they spent their 30s trying to be the player. They spent their 40s trying to be a player. They spent their 50s trying to be a player. They spent their 60s trying to be a player. And then when they reached their 70s, they still trying to get that old dick up, but it just won't work no more. So then they realize, well, I better start being nice. No, it don't work that way. Especially when you have a 40 or 30-year history of mistreating people. Now, nobody says that you have to put a ring on somebody's finger just because you fuck them. But what about treating people with common decency and respect? Huh? What about treating people with this? And you know what? I seen this coming, but I tried to divert it. I seen it coming because I know what you're going to say. If you're a seer, how come? I seen it coming, but I also had contingency plans in place for when this happened. I knew this was going to come to this. I knew it was because I know the nature of black men. Black men are incapable. They're incapable of loving. They're incapable of receiving love. And that is why a lot of times people say some of the things that they do about black men because of your behavior and the things that come out of your mouth. Certain things should not come out of your mouth towards people that you're supposed to love, especially somebody that's helping you. Now, have I said fucked up shit? Of course I have. But most of the time, it's been in response to some of the shit that he said to me. I like to live in love and peace. I want a friend or a partner or a companion where we can sit back and chill and laugh, eat some good food, and just be cool with each other. He's not about that. He wants to run the street with these niggas, probably having sex with them. Maybe I got too old for him because, I'm 43. He was my age when we first met. I was 29 back then. Maybe I've gotten too old for him. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm too old for him now. Maybe he likes them young. Because when he sits up and tells me he's giving all these young guys rides from his job and shit like that, and I'm like, damn, this nigga don't even offer to take me no motherfucking where. And don't try to start doing it now. No, no, I don't need you now, motherfucker. I don't need you now. So are you lusting after these young men in their early 20s and you an old ass man, 56 years old? Because a lot of old black men, not me, but a lot of old black men, they lust after young men. They lust after young men. I'm not saying children, I'm saying young men. Are you hoping that this young man will give you oral, or are you hoping that you can give him oral? Is that what it is? And I'm speaking, symbolically to this person who's supposed to be my friend. We're going to call him James. Is that what it is, James? Are you hoping that he will allow you to give him oral, or do you want him to give you oral? Which one is it? Because we all know you like dildos up your butt, even though you're trying to deny it. We both know you like fingers up your ass, even though you're trying to deny it. And I still have the same dildo that I used to stick up your motherfucking ass. Let's just have a conversation. And if you can't take me talking nasty like this, get the fuck on. Because I'm open and raw in my spirituality and occultism. Because I want to tell people the truth. I don't want people having an idea that my life is so perfect. It's not. The perfect life leads to the perfect motherfucking hell. But it's the imperfections that's going to lead you to your heaven and to your paradise. So evidently there's a major blessing on the horizon for me. Because when fuck shit like this happens, usually there's a major blessing that's on the horizon for me. You know, he called me a devil too. He didn't say it. He was on the phone having a conversation with someone and he was throwing digs at me subliminally and didn't think that I was going to pick up on it. He called me the devil too. Well, you know what? I can be both. I can be the angel and I can be the devil. So I can own that. Yeah, I can be a devil sometimes, but I'm not a devil towards people that I love. If I love you, I'm not going to be no devil towards you. But if you're being shady towards me, you motherfucking right, I'm going to be two-faced. If you're not giving me what I need, you motherfucking right, I don't stab people in the back. Let me say this too. He said the East Coast people are backstabbers. Let me say this too. I don't stab people in the back. I stab them in their fucking chest while I'm looking directly at them. I don't do back doors. If I'm going to stab you, I'm going to look you right in your motherfucking eyes when I do it. I'm not going to do it in your back. I'm going to stab you right in your motherfucking chest and I'm going to look at you. And I don't mean literally stab. I mean, if I got something to say to anybody, I ain't never had an issue with saying nothing to nobody to their motherfucking face. Now, if it's somebody whose feelings I don't want to hurt, then sometimes I may not want to do that. But if I don't give a fuck about you, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to your fucking face. I don't do back doors. So what the fuck is this nigga talking about? No, you just mad because you know I'm not a backstabber. He knows I will do it to your face. He told me, well, you be talking about, I done came in and heard you talking about me behind my back. Okay, well, I'll say it to your face. I'll say it to your face. No problem. If I got a problem with my mother, I'll say it to her face. My own mother said, no, that ain't how you operate, Seer. She said, you've always, whatever you got to say to somebody, you'll say it to their motherfucking face. Good, bad, or indifferent. Now, the way I'm talking right now, I don't talk to people that, unless they piss me off now, but people that I love and care about, and I care about their feelings, I treat them totally different. He does not. There's no filter when he gets mad. Even if I'm mad at somebody and I love and care about them, there's a filter there. I'm not just going to say whatever out of my mouth. And as a consequence of what he did, now that nigga got to fucking go. And now I'm two-faced and backstabbing because of that. Because he said we hugged it out the night before and I cried and told him that I really didn't want him to leave. Well, you know what? The reason I did that the night before is because I wanted the arguing to stop. And I have a right to change my mind. You see how abusers do? Because he's emotionally and psychologically abusive. But you see how they do? They will tell you, not to tell anybody what they're doing. See, the real thing is he doesn't want people to know that he's emotionally abusive and psychologically abusive towards me. That's the real issue. He doesn't want anybody to know that. So when I went and took him off my lease, he's angry because he doesn't know what I told management. That's what it's really about. He wants to continue to verbally and psychologically abuse me, but he just doesn't want people to know about it. Isn't that the profile for most abusers? That's the profile for most of them. But going back to what I was saying a couple of minutes ago, I don't talk behind people's back. And if I do talk behind their back, I'm man enough to say it in your fucking face what I said to you. Especially if we're fucking enemies. I don't stab people in the back. I stab them in the front where I can see their face because I want to see your fucking reaction. So don't get it motherfucking twisted. Don't get it fucking twisted with me. And I'm talking about him. That's all I really have to say. I just wanted to give you all an update, and I just wanted people to know, what was going on with me. You know what I'm saying? And just looking at the world and how everything is transpiring in the world. It's just it's crazy. Who the fuck is this? Give me a second. Who is this? Uh, Let me go. Thanks for listening.